The Trump administration's controversial move to lay off thousands of federal workers during the government shutdown has been halted, but the battle is far from over. A judge's order has paused the layoffs, providing a temporary relief to many, but the administration is gearing up for a fight. Here's the backstory. Just days after the administration confirmed the layoff process for 4,000 workers, U.S. District Judge Susan Illston stepped in. She granted a request from 2 unions to put a stop to the layoffs at over 30 agencies, arguing that the administration was exploiting the funding lapse that started on October 1st to push through its agenda of downsizing the federal government. But here's where it gets controversial. Judge Illston pointed to public statements made by President Trump and his budget chief, Russell Vought, indicating political motives. Trump's remarks about targeting Democrat agencies for cuts raised eyebrows. The administration, however, argues that the unions should take their claims to a federal labor board first. The impact is significant. Major departments like Treasury and Health and Human Services, HHS, had already started issuing layoff notices, with Homeland Security also planning cuts, despite many of its employees being essential. The Office of Management and Budget's filing revealed a quarter of the cuts were aimed at the Treasury Department, impacting over 1,400 employees. HHS, initially notifying up to 1,200 workers, later reduced the number to half. The Department of Education and Housing and Urban Development, you're set to lay off 400 employees each, while other departments planned smaller-scale cuts. Vaught's comments on The Charlie Kirk Show hinted at a larger plan, suggesting the layoffs could exceed 10,000 workers. Unions fight back. The American Federation of Government Employees and AFL-CIO filed a lawsuit and sought an emergency restraining order, claiming that layoffs are not an essential service during a funding gap. They argue that the shutdown doesn't warrant mass firings, especially with most federal workers already furloughed without pay. The political impasse. As the shutdown drags into its 3rd week, the Senate's resolution to reopen the government has failed repeatedly, with Republicans and Democrats at a standstill. Republicans, controlling Congress and the White House, demand a clean funding resolution, while Democrats advocate for addressing health care costs for low-income citizens. What's next? The Trump administration is expected to appeal, setting the stage for a legal battle. This decision could shape the future of federal employment during government shutdowns. Will the administration's appeal succeed? What does this mean for the thousands of workers caught in the crossfire? Share your thoughts below.